Hi everybody, welcome to or back to my channel. My name is Rachel. Today I wanted to do something fun. I've been toying with this idea since I saw everyone's videos start coming out at the beginning of November for the Goodreads Choice Awards. Just like a reaction video to all the different books that are in the different categories. I have seen so many people do this video and I thought maybe I wouldn't end up doing it just because it's not technically like a genuine reaction, because I've seen so many people's videos about it that I have seen the nominees, but also like I don't have a photographic memory. I don't remember every single book that was in every single category. So I still kind of wanted to go through it and just talk about them, because that's the part that I thought was most fun, which is hearing everybody talk about all the different books and, you know, their thoughts on everything. So that is what we're gonna do today. I need to figure out how to screen record on my laptop, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, now that I figured out how to screen record, here we go. We are going to start with, and then also if I'm looking down, it's because my laptop is right here. We're gonna start with fiction. So, okay, first of all, I know a couple of these. Obviously I've seen them all now at least once or twice because of other videos, but off of like, you know, before I saw these videos, Wild Dark Shore, I have seen and heard a lot about. I've been toying with whether or not I want to read that book. It's supposed to be like a climate thriller. I don't know. I'm not a big thriller person, so I'm not too sure if I really would like that. And then we have My Friends by Frederick Bachman. I started listening to this audio and I didn't love it, not gonna lie. First Frederick Bachman, and it wasn't my absolute favorite. So, you know, I've recently, like as of the last couple days, I have seen so much about The Correspondent, and I know nothing about it. I just hear everybody saying that like people are crying over like reading it. So I don't know, that sounds kind of intriguing. I've seen the names a few times, but I know nothing about it. I've also seen The Three Lives of KK. I don't know anything about it though. Heart the Lover I've seen a lot about. A lot of mutuals that I have on TikTok are talking about this book, but it doesn't really seem like the type of book that I would necessarily love. So I don't know. And then The Academy, I thought it sounded really interesting and I was gonna pick it up. It would have been my first Ellen Hilderbrand book, but then I saw Destiny Sidwell talk about it and she said that there's a lot of like Gen Z terminology and like slang and stuff, and I don't like when books do that. She did say it made sense for the book, but it just kind of turned me off. So I don't know, maybe eventually, maybe if I see more people that I have similar taste to reading it and enjoying it, then maybe I'll pick it up. But for now, I don't think so. So for this category, at least I can't vote for anything. I also can't really vote for anything at all because I don't know why my Goodreads will not let me in. It's really frustrating. I literally had to email their customer service, like support team, because I could not get in unless they let you vote without having an account, which I guess we'll find out when I get to something that I can actually vote for. That was fiction. We're gonna move on to historical fiction, which I know for a fact I'm like not gonna know any of these. I've seen The Hounding a lot and it looks really, like the cover is beautiful. It looks really good, but I'm pretty sure I picked it up at a bookstore once and like read the synopsis and it did not sound intriguing to me. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't sound interesting. I'm also not a big historical fiction person, so let's see. I've seen stuff from about homeseeking from another YouTuber that I watch, but it does not sound appealing to me. I've seen Broken Country. I actually had that book at my pop-up for a while. It sold fairly quickly, but I did not pick it up. I currently have the book club for Troublesome Women. Again, like the cover is so cute, but it does not sound appealing to me. Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid made me cry. So let's see, can I vote or will it not? Nope, it won't let me because I can't log into my account. So if I could vote, I'd be voting for Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yeah, that book made me cry. It was so good. I listened to the audio, so I don't know if my experience would have been different physically reading it. My mom physically read it after me and she loved it too. I don't think she cried, but she loved it. But yeah, so I would be voting for that one in historical fiction. Let's see, mystery and thriller. Like I said earlier, I don't read a lot of mystery thrillers, so I have heard of King of Ashes, and I wanted to read this. It was on my, well, I said I wanted to read one S.A. Cosby before the end of the year, and I ended up reading something else by him, but this was the book that I had initially been thinking of, but I haven't read it yet, so I can't vote for it, obviously. I think it's really interesting that Reese Witherspoon co-wrote a book. I don't think I want to read it, not because I don't think she did a good job or anything, but just because, again, books like that, they just don't intrigue me that much. I don't know. So, yeah. I've heard a lot of things about Alice Feeney. I've tried to read one of her books, and I couldn't do it. It was like the one with all the white on it. Crash? No, not The Crash. I'm looking at Frida McFadden, The Crash. What was it called? I don't know. I can't remember now. But I didn't like it. It was one where her husband had face blindness. I wasn't into it. The way that Frida McFadden has 3 books on here is crazy to me. And also, all my friends that read Frida McFadden have all said that her most current books are not that good. So, I don't know. Why does she have... I feel like that's crazy. She has 3. Lisa Jewell, I do enjoy. I do like her writing. I read a couple of her books, and I do really like them. So, I would be interested to read this one, potentially. Again, it's not like on any top TBR, but I could get behind it, you know? I did read Not Quite Dead Yet, and I did enjoy that one. I gave it 4 stars. I really liked it. So if I could vote, I'd be voting for Not Quite Dead Yet. 100%. I also really want to read the first one, the Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman, but I haven't yet. I have it, and I do really want to read that one, but I haven't gotten to it yet. Again, because thriller mysteries are just not on the top of my TBR. Although, okay, I really enjoy mystery books. I don't really enjoy thrillers. Like cozy mysteries, I love those books. Like those ones that have like a million books in the series. I genuinely love those, especially during this time of the year. I like to read those seasonal reads, but yeah. Okay, romance. I don't know if I'm gonna know. Okay, I do know these, but I don't know if I'm gonna have read any of these. I'm not a big romance person. I'm like, I don't read anything. I swear I read books. Okay, The Gingerbread Bakery by Laurie Gilmore. I read the first one in the series, and I gave it, I think, 2 stars. Hate is a strong word, but I strongly dislike insta love, like with a passion. And that book was insta love. So I did not pick up a single other book in the series. And I believe either this one or maybe the Bookstore one is like 99 cents right now on Kobo. And it crossed my mind, and then I was like, no, because I'm not going to like it. So even though it's 99 cents, why would I buy it? So anyway, First Time Caller, I have heard really good things about. So Chris and Mads like love this book, and they are big fantasy readers. So I did, like, this one is on my radar, but I'm not 100% sure about it yet. I'm not sold. This is like what I'm saying. Like, romance is so hard for me to commit to. So, let's see. I've pretty much heard of all of these. So it's just a matter of like what I'm more interested in. I was really interested in If It Makes You Happy, but then I read the synopsis, and I do not like the way the synopsis reads. And if that's how the book's gonna read, then I don't want it. But everybody says that if you like Gilmore Girls, like, this is the book for you. And I love Gilmore Girls. It's probably one of my favorite shows ever. I've seen the entire thing multiple times. But TV shows are different for me than books. We're not talking about TV shows here. Beg, Borrow, or Steal, I think it might be like in the second one in a stand. Oh no, it's the third one. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. One Golden Summer, I also have currently at pop-up. Haven't read it. Taurus Season does kind of intrigue me. And wow, it has 4.25 stars. Maybe. But it's a trilogy. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, I really want to read The Favorites. This one does really intrigue me. So this one is on my radar, and I'm pretty sure I have it on my Kobo. So I will probably end up reading this at some point in 2026. But so far, I haven't read any of these to actually be able to vote for any of them. Yeah. I've read like 2 Emily Henry books, I want to say, and I both thought, you know, I thought they were fine. Oh no, one of them I thought was fine, and then Funny Story I loved, gave that 5 stars, but I haven't read anything else by her, so can't say. I just read my first Ellie Hazelwood. I read Bride, and I loved it. I gave it, I think 4 or like 4.5 or something like that. I think it'll be in a recap video soon. Ellie Hazelwood also has multiple books on here. So interesting that they let that happen, I guess. All right, Romantasy. Let's see. Okay, Immortal by Sue Lin Tan is a beautiful book. I love her writing. I want to read everything that she writes. She is an auto-buy author for me. Sue Lynn Tan, I love her. I would vote for that book. Like, I mean, I have only seen the first 8, but I would vote for that book. Okay, let's see. Wild Reference by Rebecca Ross. I think if the second book in the Divine Rival series, I can't remember what it's called right now, but if I had liked that book more, I think I would be more willing to pick up other books by her, because I love Divine Rivals, but after reading the second one, I didn't love it, so I'm iffy about it. I read Onyx Storm, obviously, but do I think that it should win? No. Like, genuinely, I think Sue Lynn Tan's Immortal is a better written story, and I think that it has more depth to it, honestly. Like, genuinely, I feel very strongly about that. I loved Onyx Storm, but Immortal was really good, and Immortal is a standalone, so it does, I think, take place in the same world as The Daughter of the Moon Goddess, but it's a standalone. Mate, I haven't read, because I just read Bride, like, literally, I think, earlier this month, so. Shieldless Bears, I've heard really great things about, and I think it has, 4.4 stars, really good ratings, but I don't know if I want to read it. Enchantress, I haven't read, but I loved Phantasma, and I actually met Kaylee Smith, and she is so nice, so sweet. So I do want to read that one. It is on my radar. The Night and the Moth I loved by Rachel Gillig. I did not like her first duology. I didn't even read the second one. What is the first one even called? I don't even know. I did not like it. The Shepherd King duology, I think is what it's called. I didn't enjoy it. I know that's a hot take. Everyone loves that series. I did not. And I was not really all that convinced about reading this book, but I went with my friend to her book signing for this book, and that's where I met Kaylee Smith. And I was like, oh, Kaylee Smith's gonna be there. I'll go because I love Phantasma. But then after hearing Rachel Gillig talk about this book, I was like, oh, that sounds really intriguing. I really want to read that now. And then I read it, and it ended up being 5 stars, and I loved it. And if you've read it, then you know Bartholomew. Love him. Okay. I started reading Alchemized. I got about 100 pages in, and I stopped. I don't know if I'll stop forever, but I'm currently not reading it. Accomplice to the Villain. Is this the second one or the third one? This is the third one. Okay, I haven't read this one yet, but I did really like the first 2. I thought they were really cute and fun. Not like, you know, the best fantasy or romantasy that I've read, but I liked them. I enjoyed them. I just read Direbound. I briefly mentioned it in my last video, and I'm going to talk about it more in my wrap up, but I did like it. If you like Fourth Wing, read Direbound. That's pretty much all I have to say. I would be voting for Immortal if I could vote, 100%. All right, my favorite fantasy. I'm excited. Let's see what's in here. Okay, Red City. I have heard a lot of people talk about the book, but I don't actually know what it's about, so I don't know if I want to read it yet. Hemlock and Silver, I really want to read. I have read one book by T. Kingfisher, and I really enjoyed it. I can't remember now what it's called. Happens to me all the time, or I never remember anything, what anything is called. But Hemlock and Silver sounds really good, so I would read that. I did not like Watermoon. Gonna be so honest with you guys. Yeah, 3.77 stars, average rating. You know, that's not terrible, but it's not great. And Watermoon was not for me. I did not enjoy that book. I read the whole thing, and I wish I hadn't, to be honest. The Devils, I really want to read. Wind and Truth. I am so excited to read it. I'm gonna read it in December. I haven't read it yet, but I want to read it in December. This author, The River Has Roots, Amal El-Matar, co-wrote the one... See, this is what I'm saying. I can never remember any book titles. This is how you lose a time war. I did not like that book, and half the time I was like, what is even going on right now? Like, when I saw that this book came out, I was like, I'm glad and happy for everyone that's reading it and loving it, but no, not for me. This one sounds really good. Well, the first one. This is the second one, but the Tainted Cup or whatever it's called sounds good. I want to read that one. I did read Catabasis by R.F. Kuang, and I gave it 3 stars. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it, you know? R.F. Kuang as a speaker, and I think that her writing is beautiful, and she is a wonderfully talented writer, but I have, the majority of the books that I've read by her, I have given like 3.75 stars. Like, that's it. She hasn't, I think one of her books, I might have given 4 stars too, but that, like, I don't know. I enjoy her. I like her writing. She's an auto-buy author for me. I will always read from her. My heater just turned on. Sorry, let me turn it off. Okay, so anyway, like I was saying, R.F. Kuang, auto-buy author for me, but, and I love, it's so weird. Like, I have this really, like, conflicting feeling about R.F. Kuang. I love her, and she's an auto-buy author for me, but I don't, her books aren't, like, die hard for me, you know what I mean? But I also can never stop thinking about them. Weird. Anyway, while I was waiting for the heater to turn off, I saw The Society of Unknown Objects. Sounds interesting. I love anything with a secret society, so haven't read it, but it sounds good, and I would definitely add it to my want to read if I could sign into Goodreads. Sorry, I'm really bitter about it, because why Goodreads? Why would you do that to me? Okay, The Strength of the Few. Haven't read it, but I'm so excited to read it. So, can't vote for that. Bury Bones in the Midnight Soil, Baby E. Schwab. I did not love it. I gave it 3 stars. And that's all I have to say about that. The Raven Scholar I want to read. I just saw Books and Lala talk about it, and she made it sound very intriguing. Brigands and Bread Knives. I tried to buy it the other day, but they only have it in hardcover. So, I'll be reading the audio soon. So, wow. Oh my gosh. If I could vote, I don't even know if I'd be voting for anything. The Everlasting sounds really good, and I want to read that one. Alchemy of Secrets, I'm really torn. It sounds good, but then there's a part of me that just like doesn't want to read it. And Stephanie Garber, I loved her YA romantasy. Again, can I remember what it's called? No. But I loved it. Wow. Of all of the things that I read, R.F. Kuang's Catabasis, Bury Bones in the Midnight Soil, that's it? I'd have to pick between those two? If I had to pick between those two, I'd pick Catabasis, but I don't want to. Interesting. Okay. Sci-fi. This year I've gotten into sci-fi, and it's been probably one of the best things that's ever happened to me. Not to be dramatic, but like, it's kind of one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I love sci-fi. I've always loved sci-fi TV shows and movies, but I just got into sci-fi books, like really got into them this year, and it's been genuinely such a good time. I have seen this one a lot at the bookstore, never picked it up. This one looks really pretty. With the end of the world predicted, reality bends in an unexpectedly quirky and heartwarming novel about human connection and the meaning of life and death by the best-selling author of... Sorry, I missed something. Okay, that sounds actually really good. If I could add that to my want to read, I would. The Once and Future Me looks really cool. Dark Matter meets Girl Interrupted in this spellbinding psychological thriller about the young woman teetering between 2 realities. Oh, 1954. No. I don't like things that like are not now or in the future. The Compound, I have been torn as to whether or not I should read it. It sounds so intriguing, but also I am not a reality TV person. Like literally the only reality TV show I used to watch was Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I have not seen it though in years. And then I did watch the first season of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I think they're on season 3 now or something. I haven't even seen the second season. So I don't know. That's why I'm so torn. The Dream Hotel looks really good, and I've heard that it gives like very unhinged kind of vibes, and I like that. Atomic Noodle, I have the audiobook for. Haven't read it. Local Heavens. This looks good. The corporate hacker and elusive billionaire, society trying to survive the American nightmare. Currently what we're living in. New York City 2075. Filipino-American Nick Carraway has just moved to the heart. Okay, well, then it cuts off. I can't read the rest of it. But it looks interesting. I will definitely put that on my radar. Okay, well, I haven't read any of these, so I can't vote for them. But this one, like, I think we've been here before, really intrigues me. Let's see what's in horror. I enjoy reading horror. I don't read it often, but I do enjoy it. Hungerstone, I have on Kobo, but I have not read it. Tuck Tingle's Lucky Day. I think I have the audio for, but I haven't read that one. I also have the audio for We Love You Bunny, but I've heard so many things about it, and I've heard more negative than I have positive. How many ratings does it have? Yeah, 3.64. It only has just under 6,000 ratings. That's not very good. Awkward. Okay, moving on. I do want to read The Bewitching. That sounds really good. Blood on Her Tongue. I haven't read it, but I have it on my Kobo, so I don't feel so bad. Immaculate Conception, I just recently heard more about, and that sounds really good. The Possession of Alba Diaz, I really want to read, by Isabel Cañas. I love Grady Hendrix. I know that people used to really love him. They don't love him so much anymore. I haven't read Witchcraft for Wayward Girls, so I don't know, but the books that I have read by him, I do love. So I would be really interested to read that. I want to say I have it on my Kobo, but I don't know for sure. Maybe. I don't know. The Lamb, I think I have on my Kobo also. When I'm not like 100% about something, but I still like think it's cute, I get it on my Kobo. Yeah, okay, well that's it for horror. I can't vote for anything in here because I haven't read any of it. Debut novel. Okay, Finding Grace sounds really good, and I really want to read this. I know close to nothing about it, and I don't really actually want to read the synopsis because I like to go into things blind. So if you've read that, let me know. Alchemize technically is a debut. I would not be voting for it though. A Resistance of Witches looks cool, and I saw it in one of the other ones too. A historical fantasy. Why do they do this to me? I am more willing to read a historical fantasy than I am anything else. I did read 11/22/63, and that one is a historical fiction, and I loved that one. That one was good. Oh, World War II. No. World War II, Nazis. No. Nope. Never mind. Completely turned off from that now. Okay. Audiobook. I love audiobooks. I read so many audiobooks. It's insane. Okay. One day maybe I'll do a video about all the audiobooks that I listen to. Harry Potter. Oh, this is the full cast edition. That's the one thing about me though. I don't like the dramatizations. I don't know if full cast is different than like the graphic audio, but I hate, again, it's a strong word, but I strongly dislike graphic audios. If there is an option to not listen to the graphic audio, that is the option I'm choosing. I know, again, hot take. I don't like graphic audios. So I don't know if the full cast is going to be different than graphic, but I can't with graphic audios. I am listening and following along physically with Alchemized. I don't really love her voice. It kind of, it fits the book, like the theme really well, but it's boring. Sorry, it bores me. I can't. Maybe it's just the book. Maybe it's not her. I don't know. I did listen partially to Onyx Storm on audio. I know I read most of it because I was on a road trip with my friend and I wasn't driving. So I know I physically read most of it, but I think I did listen to the audio for part of it and I thought it was fine. But Atmosphere, I would 1,000% be voting for Atmosphere. The audio was so good. Oh my gosh. And I'm pretty sure that Julia Whalen, I think that's her name, she does the narration, and oh my god, she is like one of the best narrators out there. I listen to so many audiobooks and she is a wonderful narrator. I love her. Sometimes I think that the reason I love a book is because of her narration and not because of the book, which is crazy, but yeah. Okay, so we are in the young adult fantasy and sci-fi section now. Sunrise on the Reaping, sadly, I have not read yet. I read I read the Hunger Games original trilogy back in like high school, middle school or high school. But then I reread them this year, and I read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes this year. Also an amazing book that made me cry. 5 stars. So much so that I've been terrified to read Sunrise on the Reaping, but now with the movie coming out, I might read it sooner rather than later, although I never saw the movie for Sunrise on the Reaping, so I don't know if I'll ever see the movie for this one either. We'll see. I don't know, but yeah, I haven't read it, so I can't vote for it. Our Infinite Fates, I listened to about half of it and I did not enjoy it. I couldn't get behind it. So sad, but no. Breath of the Dragon I have. It's literally, I can see it's over there. I thought this was really interesting because I'm pretty positive, well, Fonda Lee co-writes it, and then Shannon Lee, I'm pretty sure, is Bruce Lee's daughter, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, that's embarrassing. I thought that that was so fascinating that they wrote a book together. So I have it and it sounds really good, even though it only, well, 3.95 is pretty good, but it only has 3,000 ratings. That's crazy. I've heard things about Immortal Consequences, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to read that. Hazelthorne, I've been seeing a lot more recently about, like, stuff about it, and it sounds interesting. So potentially. But I don't read a lot of YA anymore, so I don't even want to talk about this series. I did not know that this series, the Crimson Moth series, was a YA. Like, isn't there, like, stuff, like, you know, that happens? Interesting. I haven't read the first one, so I don't know, but I did not realize it was YA. Okay, well, I'm not voting, couldn't vote for anything in that. Young adult fiction. I don't even know if I'll have seen any of these before. Falling Like Leaves I did see, because I think that was the Barnes & Noble, like, Starbucks $5 book or something. I didn't get it because the synopsis, like, kind of irked me. And then I saw that Larry read it, and I think she hated it, so glad I didn't pick it up. This is a cute cover. Nobody in particular. Know nothing about it, but it's cute. Dating and Dragons, also really cute. I've seen stuff about the first one of this book, You've Reached Sam, but I've never read it, but it looks really cute. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. I have the first one. Is it called They Both Die? No. What is it called? Anyway, I can't remember the first one, but is it called They Both Die at the End? It's like something dies at the end. I don't know. I haven't read it. I have it, but I haven't read it. Story of my life. Okay. Nonfiction. Oh, I did see that John Green's book is in here, and if I could vote for that, I would 100%. I love John Green. Even though I haven't read any of his fiction work since I was like a teen, young adult, he is still by far my favorite author. Just, I think, because he's also such an incredible human being. He does so much philanthropy. It's crazy, and he advocates for human rights to an extreme that people don't do anymore, and it's just like a breath of fresh air. Like him and Hank Green, I genuinely love them as people. I've never met them, and I genuinely think that if I did, I'd probably cry because I love them. I have been huge fans of them, and especially John Green, ever since I honestly could remember reading like actual chapter, you know, like real chapter books, not just like children's chapter books. Like Looking for Alaska was my favorite book for years, for forever. Yeah, I love John Green. I could talk about him literally forever. Like, don't get me started, because I literally can't stop talking about him. Okay, You Didn't Hear This From Me, I've heard is better on audio. Sorry, I'm just like, I don't know what any of these are, so. Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. Like I said, I would be voting for this in a blink of an eye. Oh my god, I'm so glad that many people have read it. That's fantastic. More people should. It's a fantastic book, and tuberculosis sucks, and the fact that it can be cured is insane, that these people are suffering from it. So, anyway. The Let Them Theory, I feel like I've read it because everyone keeps talking about it. Are you mad at me? Cure for Chronic People-Pleasing. I don't think I have that, so. No More Tears, The Dark Secrets of Johnson & Johnson. This intrigues me because I love to know all the gossip. It's from an award-winning investigative journalist. It sounds really good. I mean, okay. This gives like basically no context to what the book's about. It just says an expose report. So, but it intrigues me. So, okay. I would definitely be waiting for this one though. Memoir. I do love a good memoir. Let's see what's in here. I don't think I've really read any memoirs though this year. So that's kind of sad. I have not read any of these, but 107 Days by Kamala Harris I do want to read. I also kind of semi want to read Semi Well Adjusted by Alison Stoner, just because I grew up, you know, watching shows and stuff, that movies and things like that she was in. So kind of sounds intriguing, kind of like the Jeanette McCurdy book, although that book was really good. If you haven't read it, I would definitely read it. And if you have the opportunity to listen to it, I would listen to it. She reads it herself. And this is why I love listening to memoirs, because, oh my gosh, you can hear the heartbreak in her voice. It's beautiful. I have the audio for Joyride. I have not listened to it yet. And yeah, that's about it. I did recently read Poems and Prayers by Matthew McConaughey, and I really liked that one. I enjoyed that. And Green Lights also, if you have not read it, I would listen to it, because Matthew McConaughey narrates it, and oh my gosh, his voice, the way he writes, the way he speaks, it's so lyrical and beautiful. If you haven't listened to it, you need to. All right, last category, history and biography. How to Kill a Witch. What's that about? Oh, okay. The Patriarchy's Guide to Silencing Women. All right. Nothing brings people together like a common enemy, and witches were the greatest enemy of all. Oh. I don't think I want to read that. The Devil Reached Towards the Sky. What's this? An oral history of the making and unleashing of the atomic bomb. That actually does sound kind of interesting. Okay. On my radar. Is this James Baldwin? Yeah, James Baldwin's relationships shapes his work. A love story. Interesting. I haven't read anything by James Baldwin, but I want to. Jane Austen's Bookshelf. That's interesting. I don't know if I'd ever want to read this. I would be interested in seeing like someone's recap of it. It's about the women writers who inspired Jane Austen. Okay, that's it. That is it, guys. Wow. Goodreads Choice Awards. I feel like, I don't know how I feel. I think that there definitely should have been other books in some of those categories, and maybe a few less authors in other categories. And I wish I could have actually voted, but you know. I'm really intrigued to see who wins. I have a feeling that like Onyx Storm is gonna win, you know, hopefully Atmosphere, that book deserves to win, Catabasis, or Barrier Buns of Midnight Soil. But it is what it is. You know, my take is that as long as people are reading, that's a good thing, regardless of what they're reading. But I do feel like people should read more diversely. And I wish that we saw more diversity in these categories. We did see a couple of Hispanic authors, which was good. And I did see some like Asian inspired things and some Asian authors as well. But I do definitely think that Goodreads could do better in their way of figuring out like how to nominate different authors and stuff like that. I don't know, but it's also owned by Amazon, so that's like a whole other thing I don't really want to get into. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, hearing me yap and just talk about these books. And maybe there is something on here that wasn't originally on your radar that maybe is now. And let me know in the comments below what you hope is going to win in your favorite category. If you guys want to see more videos by me, I try and post weekly on Friday. So if you enjoy my content, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and drop that comment down below. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye!